Hey guys, so I had posted a video to my Instagram feed about my mom bringing me a bag of wood chips. I had called her and asked her to come get me so I could go to town or to the nearest community and get a bag of wood chips at the nearest feed store. So instead she went and bought them for me and brought them to me, and wouldn't take the $8 for me to pay her. I had the $8 in cash. She's like, no, it's okay. So in that video, there's a pan of feed in my chicken coop, and someone said, is that all you feed your chickens? Is that much feed? No. That was the remainder of their daily feed. I overfeed my chickens on purpose. I have a 4-gallon jug I fill up daily of feed, and I fill up those 2 dishes, and so they feed all day. I only feed my chickens once a day, and I water them twice. And usually in the summertime I only water them once, but with it freezing, they have to have the water more often. So I water once, I feed once, I water twice. We got some happy birds. Grandma came and brought them their Christmas present. Some wood chips. Grandma brought you some wood chips, Hulky. Yeah, she says, Grandma brought some wood chips. And I deep bed right now for the chickens because it's so cold outside. I'm finding it a lot colder this time of year right now than it was all winter last winter. I find I'm even cold. Last year, I wasn't as cold going in the coop than I have found it the last couple of days. Like, I found it cold in the coop, and I'm seeing frost inside the coop. Where I didn't have that problem until late January last year, like really late January. But this year I'm finding it a lot earlier. So I actually might go get an electric hot water heater for my birds. Not something I'm looking forward to. I don't want to be spending money and going and putting heat lamps and stuff out there. It's not something I'm really wanting to do. But if it's going to continue cold like this, it may be something I actually have to decide about doing. Because even though chickens can do the cold really, really well, they can do cold better than most animals. Because chickens have down feathers. And geese are the same way. They have a lot of, in the wintertime, they'll get their down feathers. So they're fluffier in the winter, you'll find, after they molt. And it keeps them cold. It keeps them resilient to the cold. It keeps them warm. But I'm also finding the younger chicks are not liking it as much, the cold, this year. So I might actually have to either get a coop heater, which is like a heat panel, which I'm not fond of because of the goose. I'm scared the goose will knock it over, so it's something I'd have to attach to a wall. And being this far from the house, in the wintertime, if that was ever to catch fire, our coop is gone. Our coop is gone before the 911 would happen. It would be gone. So I have to think about these things severely. If I put a heat lamp out there, I'm running under the same type of questions. If the heat lamp ever exploded, my coop's gone before I can even get a chance to call 911. Before I can grab a garden hose or a bucket of water myself, my coop will be gone. So these are serious things you have to think about when you have chickens, or any livestock. If it's cold in the wintertime, it is something you really have to think about, is with the temperatures when it's freezing out. How are you going to keep the animals from getting fairly cold? Well, I give my animals twice a day hot water. And people say, oh, hot water freezes faster than cold water, blah, blah, blah. I raised 18 horses. minus 40 degrees outside, minus 50 some with the wind chills. Our horses, for race horses, we did not have straw in their stalls. They had blankets on, and they had peat moss. So, still cold for them. No heat in the barn. We gave our horses hot water twice a day, morning and night. We made sure they were on a good protein diet. And that's all we did for our horses. And we had 18 horses at the time. And my husband swears by give your animals hot water. At first we weren't giving Panda hot water, and he lost it at me. He goes, "Why are you doing that? That animal is cold from the inside out. You need to give him hot water so he warms up." Panda actually has a pony blanket he has on right now, because my husband, being my husband, went and bought him a pony jacket. A pony blanket. So Panda has a pony blanket on. Because he's cold. He has lots of straw and he's stalling lots of wood chips. But Darren's like, no, he needs a pony blanket. So whoever thinks we don't look after our animals, you are the farthest from the truth. Our animals are fed twice a day. Except for our birds. Our birds, they get fed lots in the morning, so that lasts them all day. I always feed my animals by 9 o'clock in the morning. And right now it is 1:45 and they still have half a dish. In another 2 hours they're going to be roosting for the night, so I'm not going to go and feed them. I'm going to put hot water to keep them warm. But you can yaks fighting back there. But I'm not going to overfeed them. When I do go out today, I will bring them some boiled eggs. And this is something I do not every day. If it's a cold day, like today, I give them boiled eggs. That keeps the protein up. That keeps them warm. But hot water is my answer. If it continues to stay cold like this, then maybe not. Maybe we will opt to put a heater in. I may be thinking on getting just a brooder heater and putting it on the highest setting it'll go, and putting it higher on the roofs, like attaching it somehow that the chickens can go in underneath of it if they want to. And maybe one of the nest boxes or something like that on top of one of the nest boxes, so then they can get a little warm and out of the cold. Even though I mind the cold, maybe they're not, and I'm gonna do this for no reason, but I think of my animals like my children. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.